Hey guys, welcome back. We have more creepy videos, disturbing TikToks, and flat out scary theories that might just make you rethink your entire reality. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and let's dive in.
Hey, it's David from Down the Rabbit Hole. Remember this video? This lady was trying to escape this man who was chasing her.
I just called the police. Get out front of my door.
Then this happened.
This is the last time I'm going to tell you. Get out front of my door right now. The police on the way. Go.
The door mysteriously opens and closes, and this is a door that's been locked.
Just days after this happened, Jasmine records a video and points out something that makes this whole encounter even creepier.
In the 3 years that I've lived here, I have never seen this door come open. Ever. Like, please help me. Y'all. What the hell is going on? Y'all see all these little kids? Should have put kids' shoes up in there. Those frozen Elsa boots, whatever you want to call it. Those boots are my daughter's.
Here's part 2 of that video. Check it out.
Somebody in this building must be going around here just collecting shoes. And I'm not going to say collecting, stealing little kids' shoes around here. I've talked to at least 2 or 3 different people in this building who have said that their children been missing shoes. So I'm thinking that somebody has access to their room and they're going around stealing shoes and then taking them and putting them in there.
As Jasmine states, someone in this building has access to this room and is placing the shoes they steal inside. Now, even though property management has removed all the shoes and plans to change the door lock, they told Jasmine to be on the lookout. So she sets up a trap.
Okay, y'all, I'm finna get to the bottom of this. See these little shoes right here? I put them here as bait, right? On some real cheap shoes, just, little kids' shoes or whatever. But what I did was, I got me a plant, right? Little cheap plant too, but look what's inside the plant. Hopefully y'all can see it. I hope nobody else see it, but...
According to Jasmine, whoever takes these kids' boots and enters the room must be the culprit, and probably the same person who stole her Ring camera. But after 2 nights of recording this hallway, nothing happens. That is, until the 3rd night, when this is captured.
Hey, it's David from Down the Rabbit Hole. Remember this video?
Oh, hell no, I'll be getting up out of that apartment so quick.
So what I would like to do is begin with the discovery and development of the light life rings. These are very simple copper wire constructions, and the active part of the ring is the open space in here. It's the unseen energy field. And occasionally with proper lighting and certain angles, you can see with normal vision a very thin, sort of a shimmering field, energy field in here that appears to reflect light or to generate light. But we have ample evidence, both photographic and many personal observations of the fact of this energy field. So what I would like to do is
I've been thinking about getting like a copper necklace or bracelets, something for the energy field, I'm not gonna put no tinfoil on my head, but I do want like some type of copper interference I was thinking about.
So once I realized, like, yo, the DNA in this fruit is communicating with the... So once I realized, like, yo, the DNA in this fruit is communicating with the DNA in my body and activating genes from the sun. First of all, my body, which has melanin in it, is absorbing sunlight. With that sunlight, it's actually activating my genes through mitochondrial DNA. I'm like, yo, I gotta get closer to the sun. I gotta get closer to the real world. Then I start looking at my reality. I seen the squares everywhere. I remember watching The Matrix, and I remember the grid. Everybody talking about the grid. And it hit me one day like, yo, it's squares everywhere. Squares, they spell everything in square feet. Your phone is a square. Your laptop is square. Your iPhone is square. Everything is square. The TV's a square. Your bed is a square. Your picture frames, they're square. The doors are square. The tiles are square. Everything is square. And I look out in nature, and I'm like, there's no squares in nature. Yo, we're living in the grid. The grid is squares. We build everything in squares. They built their world on top of nature, and they're going against nature. Our lower self is going against its very own nature. And how long are we going to do this? With sickness and everything that happens in the consequence of being out of tune with what you are, which is God, happens. It's in the squares. So once I realized, like,
Bro is enlightened. Just holding what I've been learning, just holding this coconut is getting your line frequency. You imagine drinking it and being out in the sun. Oh my goodness, you're getting charged up.
Is what these depictions are showing. They're showing passing the knowledge to the civilization. It's not the civilization people doing it. Every depiction in this is an image of Haldi, this creator god within their pantheon culture, who we see is nearly replicated with Viracocha in South America. And it's replicated with Kukulkan and Quetzalcoatl in the Americas, Mexico and Central America, and in Enki in Mesopotamia, and other places where there's this type of celestial intelligence that is passing this knowledge. But not only passing it, they're in charge of preserving and protecting it.
First photo of 1849. Could this be real? This is a painting in the early 1800s. They said a woman. Oh, somebody probably painted what they saw. Like someone described what they seen and it was like, all right, let me try to paint it. You know, it looked like a woman, you know, and it had like some type of, you know, back end hair. Okay, I got you. Say less. And then he just starts drawing that, and that's what you got.
Whatever you do, don't smother a tick. I know how your mama and papa said to do it. Put some ointment on it and the tick would back out. That could actually make you sick. That's bad advice. When you cover a tick with petroleum jelly, soap, or anything else, it doesn't let go. It gets irritated. And when the tick gets stressed, it can spit the bacteria that causes Lyme disease or Rocky Mountain spotted fever into your bloodstream. So I know what you're thinking. What's the right way? Use some fine tip tweezers, grab it close to the skin, pull it out smooth and steady, straight from the arm, no twisting and no tricks. This is not a time to be creative. Do it wrong and the tick could share more than just the bite. Share this video with someone who camps, hikes, hunts, does anything outdoors.
Man, get in here, get in here, get in here. It's time to reveal some big secrets. Not small secrets, big secrets. And for the newest peoples that came to my page, you just in time. But for the old peoples, this dime have a very important secret that include Egypt. Sit back and enjoy this. But one thing I want you to do is take some screenshots and put it on your page. So take a screenshot. Take a screenshot before I even start. Take a screenshot. Take a screenshot before I even start. Take a screenshot. Take a screenshot before I even start. Take a screenshot. Now, they say a picture is worth 1,000 words. I just said 1,000 words right there. I just said 1,000 words right there. But I'm going to read one thing to you. Yes, a bundle of rod with an axe served as a powerful symbol of civil authority and the power of inflicting punishment in Roman Republic. I need to say more? So where we at then in North America, Washington, D.C.? And this is a big old flex. But they stole this from your ancestors. They had authority, copper color, in North America. So if you'd like to donate $1, I greatly appreciate it. I hope you got the message. With these pictures, it's worth 1,000 words. Now, I had to break this up due to the algorithm. But if Rome conquered Egypt, and Egypt became a Roman province, ain't Washington, D.C. is what? Is what?
Not too long ago, I purchased my first Apple product, an iPhone 4. According to sources on the internet, a chip inside the iPhone 4 has a bunch of hidden secrets. There are plenty of interesting chips to look at, but the one I'm interested in is this one right here. It's the Infineon PMB5703. There are 4 silicon doodles on this chip, the first being calamari.
What's an injustice it is?
Nearby is this interesting smiley face, along with the Infineon logo. Moving over to the other side of the chip, there are 2 more silicon doodles, the bottom of which is Grisu the Little Dragon.
Kein Feuer, hübsche bunte Blumen braucht die Welt. Ja!
And lastly, we have this drummer. Someone pointed out that it's in the Sick Rat Man music video, but I think it's from some old clip art library. If you've ever seen it before, definitely let me know. According to the datasheet for this part, this is some sort of dual mode RF transceiver.
Is everybody just blind to the fact that we're just being sold chemicals in literally every aspect of our lives? Grocery stores, chemicals. Hair products, chemicals. Toothpaste and deodorant, chemicals. Like, you do realize that we can make all of these things from like natural plants and resources. Why don't we learn how to do that in school? Why don't we learn how to start a garden and live off the land? The Third World War started at the end of the Second World War, and it's a psychological war. I'm so confused. Is everybody just blind to the fact that we're just being sold chemicals in literally every aspect of our lives?
What was he going to do with that pine saw he was making?
When you get this close to the magnetic field, you feel the vibration. All right, it's vibrating in my hands right now. Now, another way we can test the field, my guy, he's got a tri-field meter for me. This is a tri-field meter. So with this, we can measure magnetic flux fields. All right. So let's see how big it is. I'll back up with you. So we can measure this out to 55 feet in diameter in every direction. It's omnidirectional from the center point. The edge of the toroidal field is about right here in every direction. See, it's getting bigger, stronger. Closer you get to the torus, the stronger the field is.
They were conducting.
For centuries, the Amazon was thought to be untouched wilderness, dense, chaotic, impossible to tame. But then came LiDAR, laser scanning technology, that peels away the jungle's thick canopy, and what it revealed changed everything. Entire cities, grids of roads, water channels, monumental platforms, some arranged with mathematical precision, stretching across hundreds of square kilometers in southern Amazonia. These weren't scattered tribal encampments. This was advanced urban planning, right in the heart of the rainforest. Mainstream archaeologists say they were built by complex pre-Columbian societies. But I believe it goes deeper than that. These aren't just remnants of forgotten towns, they are the bones of a lost civilization. One that knew the landscape, engineered massive earthworks, and vanished, leaving no writings, no steel, only scars in the earth, buried for centuries under the vines. Who were they? Why did they disappear? And what else is still buried beneath the trees? We're only now beginning to see the outlines, but LiDAR, may be exposing one of the greatest hidden chapters in human history, a civilization erased not by time, but by jungle. For centuries, the Amazon...
You ever seen a cucumber dressed in all white with black spines? This miniature white cuke don't just show up, it shows off. Crunchy, clean, and crazy productive, with none of that bitter nonsense. They're perfect for pickling. I jarred up a few last week, or for snacking straight off the vine. It's an heirloom heartthrob, and it's winning over gardeners one pickle at a time. You ever seen a cucumber dressed in all white with black...
What if everything you've been told about your mind is actually completely wrong? Your brain doesn't make consciousness, it actually downloads it. And science is starting to prove it. Physicist Dr. James Glatfelder says that consciousness is not just a product of your brain neurons firing. Consciousness is actually woven into reality. And we understand this in quantum physics in the wave function collapse, which basically explains that you participate in the universe, meaning nothing is real until it is observed. And he says the universe and the cosmos is not built on physical matter, rather than it's built on information. And consciousness is the source code. And this concept is not new. It actually aligns with what many spiritual traditions have been saying for thousands of years, saying that this reality is not real and the true source of reality is our consciousness. And Dr. Glatfelder says, you are not living in this universe, you are actually the universe experiencing itself.
Now, why would the ancients have a handbag? A mysterious handbag? Look at this. And it's another handbag and a watch. These fallen angels, these Anunnaki, they was bougie. Look, they had to have a purse with a watch. And they had some copper bands on their arms.
Here's more evidence that aliens are demons.
One day I was in the library of my school. I came across this book on how to do an out-of-body experience. It talks about how you actually make your body meditate and then how you can actually lift your spirit up out of your body. I thought that was kind of foolishness, you know. And so I decided, you know, I'll see what happens and I'll actually try it. So after trying it for about a month, it finally worked one night. I was laying in bed, I did the meditation like the book told me to do, and I'm laying there still and it's dark. As I do the meditation practice, my whole body starts to tingle from head to toe, and suddenly I feel my shoulders being pulled up, and then I felt both of my knees being pulled up out of my body, and it really scared me. And so right then, when my head was up, I actually opened my eyes, and my head was laying on the pillow, but my spirit was out of my body looking up, and what I saw scared me to death. I saw 4 creatures. They were probably, I'd say 3.5 feet tall each. They were gray. They had big heads, large eyes, and I could not move. I could not scream. I wanted to scream out, help me. Nothing. Going back to my history of childhood and young adulthood, I became a believer in Jesus Christ. And so I called out in my mind, in the name of Jesus, let me go. And as soon as I did that, boom, all 4 creatures vanished. They were gone.
What if aliens are just the skin suit of a demon? And they're throwing demon essence inside these alien gray bodies. They're just throwing them off, you know, because they have hive-minded. I keep hearing they're hive-minded. And that reminds me of Legion.
4 artifacts that have been found from cultures all over the world. Number 1, this once fortified village in Algeria is an ancient ruin that stands out in the dead middle of an ocean of dunes. The only known information is that for a period of time it was occupied by the Jewish people of the region. Outside of that, the rest of its history is almost completely lost to time. Number 2, 1900 years ago, a son wrote his father a letter. The letter says, quote, Dad, I just sent you a basket of figs and 25 nice apples. I put a label with your name on the basket so that you see it's yours. Take care and write me back. Letters from ancient Egypt. It's known as Papyrus 2104, and shockingly, it sits in the British Museum. Number 3, there are 5 temples in Kyoto, Japan that have blood-stained ceilings. Ceilings are made from the floorboards of Fushimi Castle. There's a legendary Japanese samurai, his name is Tori Mototaku, who's greatly outnumbered at what became known as the Siege of Fushimi. He and his 380 samurai warriors took their own lives on these floorboards after holding off an army of 40,000 for 11 days. Number 4, this is a monolithic church in Ethiopia. It sits at a height of 2,600 meters, that's almost 9,000 feet. Its entrance is highlighted by this red circle. circle and it still can only be reached on foot, notable for its wall paintings that depict biblical scenes. They date back to the 5th century and have been preserved so well due to the dry climate and extreme isolation.
Scarab was associated with the sun god Ra, who is believed to roll the sun across the sky, much like a dung beetle rolls a ball of dung. Scarab amulets and jewelry were commonly worn by ancient Egyptians for protection and good luck. The scarab was associated with the sun god Ra, who is believed to roll the sun across the sky, much like a dung beetle rolls a...
Crazy would that be if you go into the spirit realm and you see like some type of creature roll in the sun and another creature roll in the moon? That would be crazy.
You know that there's a pyramid in Alaska? There's a pyramid and it's underground, and they've been studying it for decades. It's not that far from Valdez, I believe. I would have to check on where it's at, but apparently, yeah. And I know a very important person that from the Pentagon that met with one of the lead defense contractors that were studying it, and they told him, they said, we think we finally know what it's doing. It's all turned on. We think it's suppressing consciousness. That's what he said. The legend is that there was an earthquake of sorts, and all the seismographs picked up the waves that come, you know, all the way through everything. And they saw this whole anomaly, like as those shock waves went through the land, there was some kind of structure or something that perturbed, you know, on the receiving end of these waves and so they dug some tunnels, elevator shafts, made a little strip there to land, and they've been underground studying it forever. That's how the legend is. Then the news did a little piece on it, and then all of a sudden all that shit disappeared. The people at the station said, the guys came in and said, never air this again, kind of thing. So, but on the deathbed of a couple people that were out there, they said like they were very aware of that. I think in the beginning, if I remember correctly, again, it was like someone that worked for like Bell Labs or like, who was it? It was maybe it was more the precursor to AT&T or something like that. Like, I can't remember all the, I don't want to get it all too fucked up. People kind of hang on my words when I talk about shit like this. But, so the only thing I want to say is, yes, there is a pyramid and we've been studying it, and I pretty much have said all I know about it. But I got some other theories, but you know.
That's not a knife.
This Viking Age wooden reliquary, known as the Bamberg casket, dates to around 1000 AD and originates in Denmark. It features an oak wood core adorned with carved ivory, bronze, gilded metalwork, and rock crystal insets. Holding secrets of the past, the Bamberg casket whispers tales of Viking craftsmanship.
Creature found in the Black Sea underwater. Moscow Museum, Russia, 2025.
Найден на дне Черного моря. Неизвестно. Как вы думаете, это настоящий? Или придуманный персонаж? Одной ноги почему-то нету.
Whatever this is, a Ninja Turtle mixed with Godzilla, I don't know. But we definitely could see the aquatic features and webbing between the fingers and the webbing on, I don't know if that's one fin it has or if that was one leg, what type of mermaid, if this is a siren, I can't tell you. But I can tell you it's definitely creepy.
Finally, something in Anaheim happens. What the fuck is that?
I don't know. We have customers.
Oh shit.
Now we have it. You see the light behind it, the red light.
Oh, that's what I was telling you. What the fuck is that? I'm gonna step back. It's gonna zap us.
Oh my god. Hey, amiga.
Hey.
Amiga. You wanna see? You see that?
What the hell is that? Holy shit! What the fuck? I'm gonna stop.
Whatever that is, that doesn't feel too far away.
Akhenaten, Grande Egyptian Museum.
Tutankhamun's father. UFO sighting, Central Tokyo, Japan. Let's take a closer look. Alright, this is not a drone. This thing, how it's disappearing like that and coming back, this would have to be a 20, 30 foot drone, guys. We may have one if this boy isn't CGI'd up. UFO sighting, USA, Florida, around 2 o'clock in the morning. Alright, this one might be a drone if we have blinking lights, is what first thing I'm thinking. But it looks like it's behind a tree. Okay, we got a better look. Oh, this is strange for sure. Oh, it's changing colors. How interesting. Definitely a UAP or UFO. And then it just vanishes. See, that's the confusion. You can't see if it's a drone or if it's a UFO. It's hard to tell. If I was outside looking up at this, I would be like, man, these gotta be surveillance drones. Or lightning bugs. But I don't see them lightning bugs stay lit like that. This is in Texas? You guys seeing this in the skies at Texas?
This next scary video, we are gonna witness a junkyard ghost. This footage is creepy as it can get. Watch this. This isn't the last time they will catch this vehicle moving. On another day moving the vehicle, this happened.
Un día lluvioso, trabajando. Holy shit. Se me está yendo el carro. ¡Córrele! ¡Córrele! ¡Alcánzalo!
Do you think gravity is just doing its part?
That vehicle must have belonged to Ghost Rider. If you're enjoying these videos, be sure to slap that like and subscribe button because we do these videos every single day. And I love to see you around here. So let's get straight back into the action.
So what's a sundial doing in a 1539 Bible? Well, this rare and visually arresting image illustrates one of the Bible's most astonishing moments, not with angels or kings, but with the cold precision of a sundial. Here, in twin diagrams radiating with sunlight, we witness the miracle granted to the king Hezekiah. The shadow on the sundial of Ahaz doesn't move forward as nature commands. It reverses, defying the laws of time itself.
Interesting.
The future of the past. 1899, or is it J899? Remember guys, they skipped 1,000 years. Anyway, this is New York 126 years ago. As they say, the future of the past. Apparently, Edison made the light bulb in 1880. But then in 1899, we're seeing civilizations live like this. Futuristic civilizations. How can we go from Victorian times to being civilized with beautiful architecture and having technology like this? You're talking like 100 years ago, and even before that, we were living primitive, with no light bulbs, no civilized manner, no emotion or love to one another from the light of the truth. The Dark Ages were a lie. We got reset 1,000 years. They added time on, so we forgot our true history, not his story. It's not just one reset, there's been so many resets over the time. We could say about the floods, we could say about the fires, we could say about the wind, and we could say about the desire. There's been so many resets to take our mind and our civilizations away. Petrified beings, old civilizations, architecture, our vibrations, our frequencies, our mind to be controlled. We're stuck in a stimulation, trapped inside a dome, as above, so below. They reset us so well that you forget what we've had before. We've always had stuff like this. The future of the past.
I know they had that great old-fashioned ice cream at these attractions.
It's an important videotape the Bigfoot Research Project is concentrating on right now.
It's from Northern California.
Have you ever thought about how this is an important videotape the Bigfoot Research Project is concentrating on right now?
It's from Northern California, and it's from late last year. And the photographers say that in here, in the center of the picture there, just there.
The dark area?
The dark area. You can see something, and you can see something moving.
Independent Bigfoot researchers Scott Harriott and Daryl Owen captured these images in Northern California. It was their first face-to-face encounter with an elusive creature they've been tracking for 10 years.
I can see him pointing at something. After about 29 seconds, he then lowered the camera, looked at me, and started crying. I mean, he literally had a little minor break, started crying, and said, "Let's get out of here." I was very scared at that point as well. We went down the hill.
I'm crying at this moment, so excuse my voice. It's right here. You can see it. Okay.
The footage is being analyzed at Wonderfilm Design. Here, advanced computer enhancement technology allows researchers to take a closer look.
Right here would be the head and the arm down this way. And let me rock back and forth here. And as you can see, that it's something right there is moving while everything else in the picture stays static.
There is something unusual moving in the thick woods of the Cascade Range, but the Bigfoot Research Project remains cautious in their optimism. Hoaxes are rampant in a field where film and videotape are considered still the best evidence. Especially in the 1960s and 70s, it seemed like everyone with a fursuit and a lot of spare time was coming up with supposedly authentic photographic evidence. Only a few pieces of photographic evidence have deserved serious attention. But even these compelling images aren't enough to satisfy scientists.
I have to say that I'm a skeptic regarding the Sasquatch. It would probably be, if we were able to verify its existence, the most exciting biological find of the century. Until we find physical evidence that's indisputable, I think that all scientists have to take a rather pessimistic view as to its existence.
There's a lot of explored woods out there. There's no way we can identify every single creature that's possibly out on this world. Alien entity casually flying through Los Angeles neighborhood.
What the? What the fuck is that?
mind. What the f is that? What the fuck?
There's a lot of weird activity. You see this? What is this? You got this phantom-like UFO, organic-looking UFO that's changing colors. And look, you got this little thing bouncing around. Thoughts in the comments below. What was that? It's almost like you could see something moving at the top up here.
I've tasted over 50 rare fruits in my life, and this fruit shocked me the most. The fruit is sticky, sweet, and creamy. It tastes like pineapple first, and then it melts down into a sweet, buttery chocolate. You won't find this in the supermarket unless you're in South America, and I just so happen to be. The fruit is called capuaçu, but the Brazilians call it the fruit of the gods. This fruit is in the same family as the cocoa pods, and you can actually make chocolate the same way with this fruit. Fruit is literally like a tropical custard that's wrapped into a hard shell. It's known in Brazil as a superfood when eaten raw, but it can also be used to make a fire drink. If you know this fruit, comment down below what you like to do with it.
Man, look at the coating. The coating just seems like it's so soft to hold. Like it just be cool to hold. I want to take a bite and try it. Would you?
After years of sinkholes opening up all over the US and people hearing loud booms coming from beneath the ground, one of the theories as to why all this is happening may finally be coming to light. And that's because a former executive of previous President George Bush has apparently blown the whistle and claimed that a $21 trillion underground city has been built just in case of an emergency. To be more specific, if an emergency does take place, this underground city is meant for political leaders and the extremely wealthy, not the general population. According to the whistleblower named Catherine Austin Fitz, this massive underground city is split into 25 different sections placed deep below the entirety of the US as well as part of the ocean as well, and these 25 sections are all interconnected through means of transportation. Now, I've talked multiple times about the theory that there are underground cities with skyscrapers, means of transportation, and even better technology than what we have here on the surface, so hearing this from this whistleblower is very interesting. At the same time, this was kinda to be expected since biblically it talks about how the rich and wealthy will attempt to hide from God underground.
You can't hide, but you can try.
I just wanted to give you a quick update from Turkey. We are about to go underground, which means that for the next 24 hours we're going to be unreachable, so I just wanted to let you know, so you're not worried if I don't respond. Also, we were just told that we're the first people to actually spend the night down here. People have captured this place before, but nobody has actually experienced what it was like to be down here. So definitely gonna be a rough night of sleep, but I'll talk to you on the other side, and I will give you a call as soon as we're out. Love you, buddy.
The biggest ancient apocalypse bunker / underground city in the world, and we have it all to ourselves. But the crazy thing is, most of it is just undiscovered because a lot of it collapsed. So there's like the majority of it, over 90% of it, hasn't been excavated yet. So we're not gonna take pillows, we're not gonna take blankets, maybe some nuts, water, and that's it.
I don't think you'll be able to sleep. You'll be awake all night.
You know what? Let it be, man. Let it be. Yeah, how crazy! It's just like someone was doing construction at their house, and then they're like knocked the wall down, and yeah, we're like in the middle of the town.
This is
And it begins. Left, okay. Alright. Yeah, wow. We're getting in it.
I'm already freezing.
You can so easily get lost in here. And we're just in level 1, there's like 8 levels. Yeah. And then it's only 8 levels of what they discovered. It's like, you're saying this was the kitchen. And they did fires here. And this is the smoke room. Animal room. Wow. They were really prepared to just spend a meaningful amount of time down here. I mean, if they're gonna bring down their animals,
This here is a 10 kilometer to the other underground city where we're sleeping tonight.
that's
scary.
That's a long fucking way.
Yeah, it's a lot.
You're gonna dig 10 kilometers into the stone so that you can connect to underground cities. Like, come on. Corey, apparently this goes in 10 kilometers. Stop. Yeah. Of course they have it blocked, but that's still These are the wheels that they used to block.
Oh my god. I don't really want to get scared, you know, I want to be a brave boy, but it is something that just gets me when it's this dark and this deep, and I know we haven't even started going deeper.
Oh, the door. This is the wheels, yeah.
Imagine being stuck down here.
I don't want to. One sec.
Did you look down?
I'm looking at that immediately thinking Draco reptilians might have burrowed that. I mean, look at how deep it is. That is absolutely insane.
You're born and put inside a box. You live in a box. You go to school and tick boxes. You go to work, driving in a box. To work inside a box, staring at a box. And when you die, you're put in a box. The only life worth living is outside of the box. You're born and put inside a box.
That's real.
This music conspiracy almost got me banned off TikTok. There's 88 constellations in the celestial sphere, and there's 88 keys on a grand piano. Then there's a repeating pattern of 12 keys within an octave called the chromatic scale. Just like there's 12 constellations along the ecliptic called the zodiac signs. So we can put 12 points on our chromatic key ring. And since there's 12 tones on the color wheel, now we can see our major keys in color. Because when light passes through a medium, it creates 7 distinct wavelengths, which corresponds to the 7 scale degrees in a major scale. And those 7 scale degrees are the reason we have 7 diatonic modes. And of course, there's 7 days per week, named after the 7 celestial bodies that we can see from Earth with the naked eye. Then there's 3 notes within a triad with 4 types of triad, just like there's 3 months within the 4 seasons. And there's 3 trimesters before the baby gets here. Just like it's 3 mother letters, 7 double letters, and 12 simple letters. 22 letters of the Hebrew alphabet, right? 22 times 4 is 88. Music is magic. This music conspiracy almost got me banned off.
I feel like I cracked a code or something after listening to that.
These remains are difficult to date.
There are some things that look almost like Mayan ruins, others that look strangely modern.
Deeper in the forest, this site gets stranger.
There are fantastical pillars and stairs to nowhere.
There's a library with no books and a cinema with no seats.
You see heads and hands sticking out of the ground, stuff that looks like snakes. It's almost like some playground designed by Dr. Seuss.
What kind of people left behind these bizarre traces? These remains are difficult to date.
There's literally no information on this either. Like, the description's blank. Nobody's saying nothing in the comments. I don't know what this is. It looks like something out of a Matrix or some type of Draco reptilian abandoned base, if you ask me. If you're enjoying these videos, hit that like and subscribe button, because we do these videos every single day. And I love to see you around here. So let's get straight back into the action.
How do you get a Nina Kulagina claimed she could move objects with her mind, and experts never caught her cheating, so either she had real powers or she was just really, really good. What do you think, gifted or a master illusionist? Nina Kulagina claimed she could move objects with her mind, and experts never caught.
She looked like she might be doing something. Let's dive a little bit deeper on this Nina project.
Energy fields that enable people like Ingo Swann to leave their body and travel through space are thought to be responsible for causing objects to move. This rare talent for moving objects by force of will alone has been termed Psychokinesis, or PK. Ninel Kulagina is a Russian housewife who has this ability. These films of her demonstrating PK were made in a Russian hotel room and smuggled out of the country by American researchers. She gets the object moving with gestures of her hands or by fixating the object with nothing more than her eyes. Kulagina has been studied intensively for more than 10 years by Professor Sergeyev of Leningrad University, who has reported on her work. These films and demonstrations are subjects of unending controversy. Is she a sensitive or a charlatan?
Oh, man, this might be real for entertainment purposes only. She looked like she's really doing it, like that DJ move. Like when people, you know, doing like the wind and stuff and they blowing like a foam can, you know, y'all ain't really doing it. But once you get to putting that little DJ effect in it and you get to focusing like Magneto off X-Men, man, this might be the Stranger Things for real.
According to those present at these demonstrations, it sometimes takes Mrs. Kulagina 2 to 4 hours to rev up her supernormal powers. Her pulse
2 to 4 hours? They not playing? She using mana.
Races to 250 beats a minute. She loses up to 3 pounds after a demonstration of psychokinesis. Edward Naumov is a Soviet researcher sitting to the left of Ninel Kulagina. He reports she was actually much sicker than she looks in the film. The strain on her heart was so great we had to stop the camera several times. It took us over 7 hours to make the film, and afterward she temporarily could not speak or see. For days after doing the tests, her arms and legs hurt. She felt dizzy and could not sleep. She described a sensation that usually heralds success, a sensation like that of a hot stream of energy traveling from the base of her spine up to the back of her neck and remaining there as if waiting for her to direct it. She adds ruefully that this hot current often leaves her with a bad headache.
Yo, it's... Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I can't be the only one that she's psychokinesis. Hold the phone. The real vampire grave. You know we gotta dive into this creepy video.
So we have found something very strange. This is the grave of a very old vampire. If you can look here, you can see the skeleton, you can see the bat wings. So we have found something very...
If it's not for a vampire, what is it for? That was something sinister.
There's a video on Reddit that many people are finding hard to explain. The footage itself comes from a security camera installed outside a workplace where the Reddit user's father works. The father has no clue as to what was caught on camera, but nevertheless, he was terrified by the footage, as what was captured in it is something that one's mind would conjure up during a nightmare. On October 10th of 2022, the Reddit user's dad is looking at a security camera's live feed when out of nowhere, he sees this. Despite the video's low resolution, you can still make out something pretty uncanny. Although we can't precisely tell what it is that we're seeing, it's obvious that something isn't right about the supposed people in the footage. Out of both people, one seems to have an unusual gait. It's as though they're walking on all fours, with a slight limp. It's this particular detail that's led viewers to believe that something otherworldly had been caught on camera. But as always, what's your stance on this? From the belief that this might be a skinwalker, or maybe even a cryptid of some sort, the video has yet to be determined as supernatural or not.
Two ghastly looking individuals would be the description I would say. When someone asks why I don't like to be around people,
I just don't like to be around them, period. Because what happened in the past, and every time I think about the past, it comes back up in the future, messing up with my good life. And I'm on the edge of something good now, and I like to keep it that way. I just don't like to be around them, period. Because what happened...
Is this you? Is this how you feel? Drop it in the comments below.
They're developing technologies right now, and they have been. I've been sitting on this for 7 years without talking about it. And here's the basic idea. Resonance frequencies. Everything vibrates. If we had an electric razor, plugged it in, turned it on, set it on this table, it's going to move around, isn't it? That's the beginning of the concept, because it's vibrate. Everything vibrates at a frequency, and if you know that frequency, you can control things. And I think that's the basic idea of what we're looking at here.
So somehow, through this technology, they're able to move stones, or cut stones, or all the above?
All the above. And it's all based upon the ancient numbers. They're developing technologies right now, and they have...
So it's some type of vibration technology. I also believe they had some type of solar technology for crafting. Like, I don't know if it's like some giant magnifying glass they had at the sun, and I don't know, but I do believe that's how they got the precision on some of those stones. They harnessed the sun's energy somehow. They're saying a whole UFO is hiding under a bridge? Wow.
Is that a UFO hiding under the Barcelona bridge? Watch this.
It has not moved. It's a sphere. That's as far as I can zoom in. I don't know what the f is. It's not moving. That's the boat moving under it. For reference. Barcelona. Time is, I don't even know, I can't see the time. I think it's about 6:30 p.m. Holy fuck. Okay, video number 4, just to show the thing's hovering. It's come back down to like sea level again. Sorry, we saw how it was. It's come back.
It doesn't move and glows faintly at night, but no official records mention any structure like it. So, is that a UFO?
I'm waiting for it to move a little bit, or somebody to pull back the blinds and be like, what you looking at? You know? This is crazy. Oh.
Oh, what? Oh, bro.
That's
Wow.
That is so cool. I wonder where this location is at. I would just be throwing rocks for hours till that thing of Lord of the Rings comes out and starts swinging tentacles. Okay, we have some type of ancient looking rock. Has some type of grooves in it. Could it be a giant's tooth? You tell me. He digging something up. It's a giant's tooth. Yeah. A molar.
This kid catches this man using actual superpowers at a restaurant.
Watch this. That was one of those sexy things, you know, somebody who holds that side on one side of the belt the other.
So he's showing that there's no strings involved, but still he's somehow able to manipulate the napkin. That's insane.
And the booty.
There has to be a string somewhere. Where's the trick?
A rare deep-sea squid has been captured on video more than a kilometre beneath the ocean's surface by scientists from the University of Western Australia and UK-based Kelpie Geosciences. After retrieving the camera from a deployment exceeding 5 kilometres deep, researchers discovered they had recorded footage of an animal seldom seen in its natural habitat.
Deep sea squid. I've never seen a creature like that. Like normally they have the longer tentacles, but this one looks like more like I guess a cuttlefish. It definitely gives you an eerie feeling. Like what else lurks at the bottom of these dark waters?
This man disappeared after showing the hidden powers of red mercury. Watch this.
I don't think that's fruit punch.
If red mercury can do what it showed, who wanted him silenced? Because
Map from only 200 years ago shows California as an island with a Red Sea running in between. Wait for the zoom out. This is the full map of America 200 years ago. A Chinese map from 1418 by Zhang also shows California as an island.
Wouldn't this be right where the Grand Canyon was? So, how did they find all that ancient stuff in the Grand Canyon unless it was like some type of underwater city at the time? But it's definitely interesting to think about a Red Sea being in the United States. Alright guys, I'm trying to figure out what this is. I'm thinking this is a satchel? Is this a satchel? This is somebody's satchel from 1690. I don't know why they have a rodeo buckle on this satchel. What is going on? Open it up. What is this symbol? The O house? Looks like a crown on top of a O. Interesting.
And a golden discovery. Scientists have been trying to find the cosmic origins of gold and other heavy metals for decades. Now a new study with a surprising theory. Billions of years ago, a huge exploding magnetized neutron stars called magnetars spread those heavy elements throughout the universe, where they later became part of newborn stars and planets, including Earth. And a golden discovery. Scientists...
Is that the intel that they gathered during that recent space escapade?
Sarah, Engret F, Miri F, Nipkhou, Ramesses Hekaun. Ibn Ra, من صلبه محبوبه ملك الملوك رمسيس الثالث.
Alright, he's lying for one. Let me tell you what it really says. We got the shepherd's staff. We got a dental floss pick. We got a whip and an afro pick. That's what it says.
Why Burlington got you wearing the vest again?
Why they got, oh, for protection for the store.
Burlington, you doing them wrong. Why Burlington got you wearing the vest again?
Protection from the store? What's she supposed to do? Jump in front of the store?
Yeah, the hairdresser, the tobacco leaves on it, most of the beads. And anytime you see these images depicted, understand that these are indigenous representations of what we look like. And right now we are in the museum in Virginia, the Virginia Historical Museum. And these type of images are right here on display for everybody to see. So here it is, you can actually see a depiction of a chief. Hot. Yeah, the hairdresser, the
I do believe that there is a whole array of indigenous people to America, this being one of the examples. It's crazy they got these acoustics in Greek theater, but you can go to, what was it, the Mayan temple, and they do those claps and it sounds like the bird. So that's like a couple thousand miles away, isn't it? All right, guys, I'm no archaeologist, but this scene he's walking into has nope written all over it.
Let's go up here.
What type of underground, did he fart at the end? What type of underground cartel bunker is this?
In this video, we have a woman recording her pets in the living room. While she's recording, she noticed a dark shadow figure that's watching her from the room. Let's watch.
The dogs are ready for bed. It's just a peaceful night here. Get ready to go to bed myself. What the that? What? Oh, God!
That's all we have for today's video. I appreciate all the real ones for rocking with me, making it all the way through the video, and dropping the code word, Wednesday Vibes. Go ahead and drop Wednesday Vibes in the comments. It lets me know you're a real one. You really rock with me. The analytics show only around 40% of the viewers that watch my videos hit the like button. And I just want to say, let's get those numbers up there. This was creepy videos, scary TikToks, and disturbing theories that might make you rethink your reality. I'm Jet Ski Chuck. Till next time.